What's poppin', my J dolls? And I am back with another video. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and ring that bell. You guys, we're on the road to 3,000 subscribers, so don't play with us because we ain't never been one of them. And if you ain't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It is free 99. And if you still don't subscribe, you a hater. Take that with your mama, because why she raised you like that, period. So you guys, here's another video on these crusty, dusty men, okay? So I realized you guys really love the dating content, so I decided to come back with another video on the dating content, you guys. And I really want to talk about how age does not equal maturity, and how these men are over 30 and they still don't know what they want. They still don't know what they want. They still not ready for a relationship. They're still looking for casual. They're still looking for friends. Like, we are too old. You are too old and you are too crusty dusty to be acting this way, okay? So y'all, let's make sure the angles. So anyways, y'all, what I've noticed is these men are getting older and older and they still are confused. Let me know in the comments if you experience that you've been dating and men don't know what they want, or they don't know, they're not ready for a relationship, or they don't want nothing serious, or they say they're ready for a relationship but they're not showing the real signs of commitment. Really, what I've learned here is there's a lot of commitment issues. Like, there is a lot of commitment issues on the men's side of things, because I think a lack of consistency is also commitment issues. So I'm gonna tell y'all my personal experience, because I know how y'all like to be in my business, and then we're gonna chat about it. So y'all, if y'all new here, well, even if you're not, you probably don't know, I am 29, y'all. So I'm 29, I'm almost 30 next year. And I realized that just because a man is over 30 does not mean that he's mature. Just because a man is 40 don't mean he's mature. Y'all, I done met some men that were 40, 39 to 41 that are straight clowns. Like, seriously, like, I'm like, how are y'all this age and you don't know what you want? You're not intentional. You're not consistent. You're a mess. I mean, it would probably make sense why you're single at 40, because you're a mess, most likely. Most of the men that are single at 40 are the problem. Most of those men, the women had left. So I'm gonna tell y'all from my experience, because honestly, I've been kind of more open about maybe dating a man that's a little bit older than me, because I'm 29, about to be 30, and I'm really mature. Like, I'm very mature. I've always been this way, like, my whole life. I've always had older friends. I've always been very advanced, like, when it comes to, like, my career for my age, when it came to my mindset. I've always had to grow up really fast. So I'm not against it, but what I've noticed is I have went on a date with a guy that was 40 years old, y'all. 40 years old, almost 41. Now, I get his circumstances that he just kind of got out of a serious relationship. And I do think you need time to heal. I really am a true believer you need time to heal after you come out of a serious relationship, especially a relationship that has been, you know, years long and there's children involved and things like that. But the problem is you shouldn't be dating if you are not ready for a relationship, or you're not ready to take someone serious. Then why are you dating? So it's okay to take time to heal. It's okay to take time to develop yourself and do the things you need to do, but don't involve other people in that situation. So for me, going into this, y'all, I met this person at the bar that I work at. I met him at the bar that I work at, and literally not knowing him, I end up going out to, he invited me out on a date. So anyways, y'all, he practically asked me out on a date. We went for coffee. I'm really not a coffee date girl. I think coffee dates are very low effort. I feel like coffee dates are created by men that are low effort. Let me know in the comments y'all thoughts, because my friend loves coffee dates, and it kind of made me think, okay, I like matcha, I like coffee, I have it every day. I don't really think that's a date, because that's what I do for myself every single day. I will pay $10 to go get my coffee. I will pay $10 to go get my matcha. Like, that's what I do every day. But in this sense, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just go on this coffee date, just see how it goes or whatnot. And as I suspected, it's a low effort. Man, it's a low effort ass nigga, okay? Y'all can let me know. My friend likes coffee dates, but I literally think a man that does coffee dates is not intentional, man. He sees you as a low investment, and he's trying to make the lowest investment he can because he's not that serious. You know, a man that is more likely to take you to a restaurant or take you somewhere nice or plan something thoroughly is going to be a man that's more intentional, more thorough as a person. So anyhow, y'all, I went, and once I get there, I didn't know his age, mind you. When I met him, I just seen a tall man, y'all. He was like 6'5". He's so tall. I thought he was 6'8", but I was tripping. When I seen him the next time, I'm like, no, this man's not 6'8". But he's giving like 6'5", very, very tall. And so he had a cool personality. He seemed like a nice guy. So anyways, when I met him at the bar, you know, I was bartending at the time. So when I met him at the bar, you know, I wasn't expecting us to even go on a date, to be honest. He asked my number, gave him my number. I'm like, oh, he's tall, he's attractive, whatever, athletic. So anyhow, he contacted me, and we kind of went out like in the next couple days, like literally, like we met like on a Saturday and we were out on a Monday or something like that. By the way, I'm roasted for y'all in this heat. So anyways, y'all, we go to the coffee date. The coffee date is cool. We're talking. We have a lot of things in common. And he's super smart. And so I'm like, okay, cool. Well, y'all, he might watch this one day. I don't know, because he literally has my YouTube channel now. But anyways, y'all, I had already known that he had kids, y'all. As a woman, we are FBI agents. Before we go out with anybody, we need to look them up. So I had already looked this man up. And when I looked him up, I seen kids. And I'm like, okay, he must be, you know, older than I expect. Like, I thought he was like 37, 36, maybe like 36. But it was like, you know, I was at the bar. It's kind of dark, so it's not something I would know for sure. But the bar that I work at is like very like more mature crowd. You don't get a lot of like young people at the bar, you know? So anyways, that being said, y'all, I did my research, and I'm okay, he got 2 kids, but I don't see no baby mamas. Like, I don't see pictures with the baby mamas. I don't see the baby mamas commenting. I don't see nothing about these baby mamas. That was kind of a flag to me. Some people be like, well, that's a good thing because maybe he's not involved with the baby mama, But I thought, like, even if you're cordial with your baby mama, you should have some pictures with y'all, like, doing family stuff together. Like, maybe y'all had birthday parties together, or y'all had Christmases together or something. Like, I don't think that's something you should delete if you're moving forward in your life, because that person is now a part of your family. Once you have children with them, that's a part of your family. That's how I see it. Now, if it's a girlfriend-boyfriend situation, yes, of course y'all break up. Y'all should just delete everything. But if it's your children memories, I don't know. So I thought that was kind of strange, but I didn't take nothing of it. But I was just like, okay, well, now I know he has 2 kids, and one kid is very young. Like, one kid is like young from the picture I see. So I said, oh gosh, okay, well, I'm already going out with him. Let's go out with him. I mean, we did talk about age now, and he told me he's 40. So of course he's gonna have kids, you know. So let's just go on a date. So the date was cool, but on that date, I found out that him and one of his baby mamas just broke up not too long ago. And, you know, so he's kind of trying to figure this dating stuff all out. And he's kind of in the phase of his life, long story short, to go with the flow. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying you have to force things. And I think things should naturally go with the flow, because it's like, you want to be friends with somebody anyways before you date them. You want to, like, get to know them and make sure you like them, and not just you're lusty for them, so you just get in a relationship with the person, but you actually like the person for who they are. Now, my problem with that is sometimes when you go with the flow with people that they don't know what they want, that person that they used to be with kind of wanted them back, all types of weird stuff like that, baby girl, you end up getting in the mix of something messy. You end up getting in situationships like where a man is never ready. Like, he started off not ready, he ends off not ready, because he's already placed you into a position, and you don't really move positions unless he feels like it or his life changes or something like that in the aspect of things. And I get it, when you first get out of a relationship, you want to, like, experience, you want to have fun. But you need to go into it as, like, I want friends with benefits, because if you going into it like, I want to see where it goes, it could potentially be something else, it confuses people. And for me, I don't want to get confused. So at this point, at first I started feeling like, maybe am I doing the most? Like, am I too serious? I'm a little serious. Like, I'm a little Judge Judy, okay? Y'all let me know in the comments if you're Judge Judy, because I'm very Judge Judy. Like, I just be looking like, I be interviewing niggas. Like, when I literally go on dates with them, I will ask them the hardest questions, and then I'll ask them follow-up questions. Like, maybe because I used to be like a manager and I've always been like a boss bitch, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I need to know, like, what is your qualifications? Like, do you fit the job description? Like, let's unpack this before we waste our time. But I'm trying to get more balance with it, but I don't think I made the wrong decision. At the time, y'all, I started seeing that he was a little inconsistent with communication, like after he was consistent. But there was one day where, like, I had asked him about something. I'm gonna just tell y'all, he wanted to be on the podcast. He really wanted to be on the podcast. And he told me that, oh, like, you know, I would like be down to be a guest if you ever needed a guest and stuff. And honestly, I was real with him, because you guys know that I never like bring males on my channel like that. Like, not saying I would never, like, if it's a platonic male, like, I definitely will bring them on my channel. But if it's a male that I am dating or potentially interested, or they're potentially interested in me, that's someone that I wouldn't bring on my channel. So I kind of was like telling him that it is potential that there can be comments that are like either putting us together or comments of think pieces. There could be like, you got to be prepared for that with these type of videos, because my subscribers are, you know, involved with my life, and they are involved with my dating life. So if you're comfortable with that, sure. I'm usually not comfortable with that. I don't think relationships are for the internet, but or anyone you're dating. For me personally, I don't bring them on the internet. So that kind of was the conversation we had, and he reacted to the text message, but he didn't say anything. So I was like, okay, Now, if I place him only as someone that I'm doing business with, like, okay, you're a cool friend, you're a business friend, then I don't mind having you on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Or if we literally start working together, because you guys, I do have a weight loss coaching business. A lot of you guys know that. So if you're looking for a weight loss coach, make sure you go ahead in the description box, go to imperfectlyfit.net. It's in there. Click it or type it in your computer and go book a one-on-one coaching session with me, okay? So I can help transform your life, your body, your mind, and your soul, and give you this elevated experience. But anyways, y'all, I also was thinking about doing business with him on that aspect of him helping me with marketing stuff, right? So, I mean, I thought it was perfect because I don't like the marketing aspect of business, and he has this marketing experience. But as I noticed, it wasn't really business. It's more he's attracted to me, and that is the case. So I tried to give him the opportunity, like, hey, maybe we don't, pursue this. We just be friends and business relationship or whatever, and blah, blah, blah. And he practically from there switched the subject and went back to my looks and kind of curved the podcast. So it kind of seemed like, no, he doesn't really want to be on the podcast, So I'm like, okay, you're confusing me. I don't know what's going on or whatever. And long story short, he was just practically telling me that he doesn't know like how he's confusing me, and he feels like I already placed him in a place. Like, even when we were talking, I kind of placed him in a position. I wouldn't say I fully did, but I also took him for who he is, like his circumstance. And if I know your circumstance, I'm not going to act delusional to be like, nah, we're going to be here if we're never going to be there. I'm not saying we wouldn't have, but I'm just going to place you accordingly, go with the flow and kind of see how that rolls, So anyhow, how that happened is we're texting back and forth, So I was like, yeah, because he practically said, like, you kind of said, like, we couldn't just be friends, like, and then we couldn't just be, like, you kind of ready for love, and then I am, like, just getting out of a relationship, so it's like, I'm trying to figure everything out, and I'm not ready right now, but that's my long-term goal, blah, 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 blah. I'm all about long-term goals, blah, 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 but at the end of the day, we have to be on the same page. Like, if we're not on the same page, we read 2 different chapters, we might as well finish the book at different times. You see what I'm saying? Because the problem with women is we hold on to hope of like, okay, well, maybe we keep hanging out with this person and this person will end up being like, oh yeah, I'm ready now, or whatever. And then that is where the problem arises, because we literally hear a man say he's not ready and you're still trying to stick beside him. That is literally diabolical and delusional, you know? So I wasn't going to say, no, I'll never talk to him again, but I was just kind of already like, you got a lot of, you cleaning up a mess, and you got 2 kids, and you still confused, and you're 40. Like, that is beyond me. But you're a cool person. Like, he's actually a cool guy. Like, we have a lot in common. Our personalities vibe, whatever. It just it's not making sense, you know? And I played the games, and I played the miscommunication games, all of those type of things in the past, and I don't have time. Now, when I went back, I talked to my brother about it, because that person that I went on a date with or whatever, he was like, I don't really feel like we have to place people, and because I told him, okay, I think we can just move forward with our lives, and maybe we'll run into each other like in the future or something like that. Like, because obviously we can't be friends. You're attracted to me, I'm attracted to you. It's no point of us to waste our time. We'll see each other around or something. And then he practically then went back and was like, well, I don't feel like you need to like place someone specifically here or there, or practically kind of like cut ties with someone. And I'm like, maybe I am. Yeah, I'm so used to cutting people off. Like, I'm so used to like, okay, clips, you're done, you're out of here. That's what I'm used to doing. So I'm like, maybe he might be right. I started questioning myself, and then I asked my brother for advice. Now, I thought my brother was gonna say, oh yeah, cut him off, move on with your life, because that's what my brother always says. And he was like, well, maybe you do have a lot of expectations, and you know, maybe you should just like have fun and stop being so like expecting certain things, like get to know the person. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I wasn't expecting you to say that. I was expecting you to say, get rid of the nigga, get rid of him, because that's what he says all the time. So y'all, I was like, dang, well, should I renege and tell him like, okay, maybe we should hang out and get to know each other, because we do still gotta get to know each other, like, before I can place you anywhere. So I asked ChatGPT. Y'all, I've been using ChatGPT for relationship advice. She's very understanding. Like, she's very understanding. She's very emotionally stable, unlike me. So I've been using her. And honestly, I don't think I need to be using her, because I think my first mind be correct 24/7. And then when I question myself, then that's when the problems arise. So I question myself. My brother gave me this advice. I said, okay, let's use your girl ChatGPT to formulate something. She formulates something, reneging my first text message of like, okay, maybe we should just stop talking to each other, blah, blah, blah. So ChatGPT was like, maybe, practically, to sum it up, like, maybe you're right. Maybe we can keep getting to know each other and stuff. And like, I was kind of overthinking and blah, blah, blah. So let's see where it goes, type shit. I can get the exact text message, but my phone is overheated by the sun. But anyways, so I sent him that. A day goes past, he doesn't respond. I'm like, okay. I think it gets to day 2, he hadn't responded yet. It probably only was one day, I don't know. But I think it was one day, and then by the next day, I had a revolution. I hope y'all, man, I'm sweating, y'all. I'm sorry. Y'all gonna get this sweat, because this heat is crazy. But anyways, y'all, by day 2, I come back to my senses. It's like I woke up from dead. Okay, y'all, this is what I do. It might be a Pisces thing. Y'all can let me know in the comments. Like, I might be rocking with you yesterday and be like, okay, we can work through this. Let's talk about it. Let's do this, da-da-da. And then the very next morning, I will go to sleep. I wake up, revolution. I'm like, oh, no. What am I talking about? This is clips. And I changed my entire mind overnight. That's how I am. But when I change my mind overnight, I be sticking to it for real. Like, you be like, what the hell? Like, I thought we was trying to work it through, and then tomorrow I'm like, nah, we done. Like, that is my personality. Like, I had to sleep on it. Like, literally, I just be having to sleep on it. So, y'all, I slept on it. The next day, I said, you know what? Let me block this guy. Let me block him, because this is a waste of my time. He got 2 kids. You know, he got a baby mama that still love him. Let's be honest. He just got a relationship. Like, this don't even make no sense. Why am I even talking to this man? Why would I even talk to this man? This is just lust. You know, like, he fine, he tall, you know. But it's lust at the end of the day. So let's let this go. I'm wasting my time. And then, so I blocked him, and then I went and blocked Sorry. So if y'all ain't see the story time about getting double back on my Sorry ex, you go ahead and, you know, watch that. But I also blocked Sorry. I didn't even give, like, I gave him plenty of time to respond. He had not responded yet. And now, mind you, y'all gotta go watch that story time to get the whole story. But mind you, at the time when I responded to him, girl, I took 10 days. So, respectfully, he could have took 10 days too. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna block him because I know he's gonna respond. I know him too well. He's gonna respond, even if it takes him a week, 2 weeks, damn, a month. He never went that long. But if it took him like a week, he still would respond. So I said, you know what? Let me block him so he don't have time to respond. Like, when he goes to respond, it says not delivered, you know? And it's not to be petty, but it's just to leave it in the past because honestly, he don't really have anything to offer me. Like, it's just delusion at this point. It might be lust because of, you know, the emotions behind sexual experiences. You know what I'm saying? And so I say, you know what? Let's let it go because he has nothing to offer me. He doesn't have stability mentally. He doesn't really have stability, like, financially. He doesn't, like, I'm trying to figure out what he has. You know what I'm saying? Because before we vibe, we had that friendship, we had that connection, we had chemistry, but it's like, if the communication is not there, how can we have that chemistry? How can we have that? The only thing we have is our chemistry, our personalities, that bond. But if we're not bonding, it's nothing there, you know? And so I blocked him. I blocked the 40-year-old. Mind you, Sari is 33. He is 33, y'all, and he hasn't been in a relationship in 7 years. This is another guy, not the 40-year-old. So y'all can watch the story time if y'all is confused on who I'm talking about. But you're 33. You have not been in a relationship for 7 years. Yeah, I need some water. By the way, y'all, and this is for real, I'm really like, my throat is dry. I'm drinking out of my Epic Water Filters water bottle. Oh, it's still cold, y'all, and it's so hot outside. It's like almost 100 degrees out here. But anyways, y'all, if you want 15% off your Epic Water Filters, the bottles have water filters in it. I have a picture too that has water filters in it, so you can literally fill this up outside at a fountain and it filters your water. You get 15% off. Yeah, I really got some in my throat. 15% off when you're using Perfectly Fit 15. So anyways, y'all, I'm low-key happy the sun is going down. But yeah, so y'all, he's 33. The other guy's 40. I'm like, how much time do you think you have? You know, like, I mean, you're gonna be old as fuck. Like, I'm 29 and I feel old as fuck. Like, you don't feel old as fuck? Like, honestly, I think these guys think they have forever, you know? Now, I get it in this mindset of, like, guys can have kids way longer than a woman can. But it's just like, when are you going to be prepared for a wife? When are you going to be able to prepare to build a family? You know, like an actual, I'm not saying a broken family is not a real family, but an actual household. Like a household where a mom and dad is living in one household and the kid is there, like, and you have a home and you guys share these things together. You guys are married. You guys take family trips together all the time. Like when are you prepared for that? You know? Now, I'm not saying by tomorrow I want to be there, because that's not the case, because I got to get to know a person first. But I understand that the underlying problem here is commitment issues. I know the guy that I went on a date with that was 40, like, he expressed that he's never been married. To me, that's a little weird. I mean, if he's seen this, he probably like, damn, this girl's petty. But no, I'm just speaking the truth. But like, I feel like it's a little weird. Like, I respect you. You should marry somebody that you feel like makes you happy and that you can do life with. But I do find it weird that men are having kids with women before they're marrying a woman. Because it's kind of like, why are you making the decision to have a kid with a woman, but you can't decide on marrying that woman? That means that that's not the woman for you. Like, that means that you shouldn't bring a kid into the world under them circumstances, because obviously your relationship is not solid enough for you to want to marry that person. I think people get so confused on that. I don't know if it's the sexual aspect, or if y'all just don't like to wear protection, or y'all like the woman doesn't want to be birth controlled. I don't get it. It's something that I'm very passionate about, like, which is why I believe in marriages, because I feel that, not saying just because you get married it's gonna work out by any means necessary. People get divorces as well, but at the end of the day, like, before you start a family, you should see if you can marry the person first. You should see if you can exist with that person's family, if you can exist with that person for the rest of your life. Because at the end of the day, you can get a divorce. But if you have a kid, you're stuck with that person way longer than you are with somebody you married. So if you can't stick with a marriage with that person, then why the hell are you sticking with a kid with that person? That's over 18 years, way over 18 years, probably till they die. The kid, you know, till the kid is, you're not here anymore. So I don't get the commitment that these men are committed to have babies with people, but they're not committed to build a life with a person. Like, you can never not see that woman again once you have a baby with that woman. You know what I'm saying? You can never go without talking to her unless you're literally a deadbeat dad or you're a bitter baby dad or whatever. It's just like, you're going to have to see that woman. So I really noticed, you know, even another guy that was interested in me was 39 and he acts like he's 21. Like, you know, like, I don't know. Like, he acts like he plays games. Like, this is not a Nintendo Switch. This is not a damn Xbox. This is not a motherfucking PS5 or whatever is out now. This is real life. Like, you're too damn grown to be acting like a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're too grown to act like a child. Like, I've noticed that literally there's people that are older than me that act so much younger than me. They look at me like, whoa, like, you have figured out. And I'm still trying to figure life out. And I'm like, I'm 29 and I'm teaching that's 40 years old. Like, come on. You have to wake up, you know? And now I do like to always bring it back to accountability, you guys, because I also like to be accountable, because I had to start sifting through things of like, commitment, because I'm attracting people for certain reasons. Now, I think I kind of attracted these two situations to get me to a better situation, honestly, because once I blocked them, something weird happened, and I'm not even going to say what it is because I don't want to jinx it. You know what I'm saying? But something weird happened. Like, the total opposite thing happened after I blocked these two men specifically. And so I think it's like a way of God showing me like what I'm worthy of, what I'm deserving of, and like having to let people go to get the right people around you. And this can be friendships, this can be relationships, this can be everything. Like, if you have constantly the wrong people around you, you're entertaining the wrong people, you're putting all your time into the wrong people, you're going to keep being with the wrong people. If you leave those people alone, when God tells you to leave those people alone, just follow your intuition. Because my problem is I seek too much advice from people, and I'm starting to understand that these people are also lost. I'm lost. They're lost too. They're humans. We're both humans. We both have experience. We both be doing shit we know we should be doing. Like I had to learn that, you know. And only person you can really trust is God. And then God is within us as well. So if you feel like yourself is telling you something, your gut is telling you something, you need to follow your freaking gut. And that is a message for myself, a message for whoever's watching. Stop seeking advice from your friends. Stop seeking advice from your family members and things like that. Because at the end of the day, everybody has their own traumas. Everyone has their own insecurities. Other people have their own things going on. Now, let's say if you're seeking to be married and you want to get advice from a married couple on what it takes to keep a marriage strong, what it takes to build a relationship or whatever, seek advice from those people because they're in your spot. They're in the spots that you want to be in. But that doesn't mean you have to make every decision based off what they tell you, but you can take some advice of like, or maybe some things you need to implement, but that doesn't mean they need to tell you the decisions you need to make. You have to make your own decisions, you know? And even when it comes to like building wealth, building the life that you want, you can't take wealth advice from people that are poor. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to then go talk to people that are wealthy. What do they do? What do they implement? How do they live? You cannot source that type of information from somebody that is poor or somebody that is middle class. You have to go to somebody that's wealthy, or at least has a wealth mindset, that has been around wealthy people. Even if they might have been wealthy at one minute and they lost it, they can still give you advice of like how they got there, how they lost it, so you wouldn't lose it. You know what I'm saying? So you can take advice from people, but don't make your total decision based off people, and get advice from the right people that are in the position that you want to be in. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I'm a weight loss coach, right? I used to be 326 pounds. So if you're morbidly obese or you're obese, get advice from me because I was morbidly obese and obese, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm not obese, you know? So at the end of the day, and I have a healthier lifestyle, just outside of the body aspect, it's just like the mindset I created for myself, the habits I created for myself. I'm not perfect. We literally all have flaws. We all make mistakes. We all have to live a balanced lifestyle. I think people really confuse a lot of things with perfection. Nobody's perfect. And that is a reason why, too, it's very hard to get advice from people, especially women, because every woman is going to tell you to leave that person alone. I'm telling you right now, every woman is going to say, if you say, oh, you know, today my man rubbed his foot on my back, and I said, stop doing that, and then he kept on doing it. Oh, he nasty. You need to leave him alone. I'm telling you this. I see this even in little Facebook groups that I'm in. Like, oh, girl, no, leave him alone. Oh, no, leave him alone. Like, oh, I got 5 kids with this man, and today he deleted a text message. Oh no, he's cheating. Leave him alone. Like, they don't even know. They don't even know. You know what I'm saying? You have to follow your intuition, because if you feel something, there's a reason you're feeling it. And so that's something I had to also unpack. But one thing I learned, that I'm attracting these people to know what I'm worth, and I'm also attracting these people because I have to realize, maybe do I have a little commitment issues? You know what I'm saying? In the sense of, like, when I'm not messing with somebody, I'm not messing with them. Like, for real, I will be done with a situation very quick. And so I think sticking a situation out sometimes does show commitment. Not saying you should just stick with somebody that's just not a good person and all these type of things, or you're in a bad situation. But I'm just saying that it does show your commitment level, how long you will, like, try to work things through with your partner, because when it comes to marriage, you will have to work things through a little bit longer. And I've been trying to test my patience of just trying to, like, stick around a little bit longer than I normally would in the past, try to work through a little bit of things, just so I'm not always constantly, like, my first resort is just leaving a person. You know what I'm saying? Now I do it. But even with this last situation with Sorry, I talked about in the story time, I gave him a little bit of time, like over a month, to just literally be not present for an entire month, like over a month, being ignored practically for a month. And I let that ride out, because I was like, you know what? I'm going to really push myself to really be there for this person. I'm going to really push myself to see if he can grow. I'm going to really push myself to stick it out, because I've done that in my last situation that I was with for like a year. I was in therapy at the time. I stuck it out with him until I couldn't stick it out no more, because I had to teach myself that just because it's hard don't mean you got to give up. Because I was like that my whole life. Like, if I started a project and I'm really into it, but it started getting hard, like a business or something, I'm done with it. Or, oh man, I'm trying to lose weight and it started getting hard, I give up. Like, I'm now in another part of my life where it's like, I'm done just giving up. Now, if it's something extreme, abusive, cheating, things like that, that's a whole nother situation. You know, I think every situation has its own steps to it, and it depends on how long you've been with this person. Not the abusive part. I don't stand for abuse at all. As soon as abuse happens, you should be out of there. Now, for the cheating aspect, I don't stand for that at all either, okay? Now, if you with that person, y'all have kids, y'all been married for 10 years, then it's going to look different than somebody that just had a relationship with somebody for 2 years, you know, no kids, you know. So everybody has judgment on how people flow and do things, but it's going to look different based on how the status of your relationship is, the things you've been through, the things you have together, like all that type of stuff, you know, you have to unpack. But it made me realize a little bit, like, even when I got in contact with somebody that has the same mindset of me, of like, I want marriage, I want this is how I want it to look, this is how it should be. And I'm like, whoa, like, that's a lot to put on somebody right away. Like, this is a lot. Hold on, back up. I had to look at myself like, whoa, girl, this is the type of conversations you have with men, and they're like, okay, like, they probably also feel like it's a lot. So what do you really want? Do you really want a person that's committed? Do you really want a person that shows up? You know, do you really want a person that's ready, like, wants to be married? Like, are you ready to be married? And I had a guy practically say that a lot of women want to be married, or a lot of women want to be a wife, but they don't really want to be a wife. Like, they don't really know what it takes to be a wife. And I had to think about it like, being ready to be a wife, like, I talked about this in another video, but I had this conversation recently with a guy, And I'm like, okay. I think it's also about the expectations you have for a wife, you know? And when we think about it, a lot of women, we act in our masculine. I act in my masculine because I've always done everything for myself. I always paid my own bills. I've always been like the leader in any relationship. I was always in charge. And so like taking the step back, it's like, am I ready to be submissive? A lot of people, a lot of black women have a real problem with the word submissive, but am I ready to be submissive? Am I ready to allow someone to lead? Because if I say I want someone to lead, but I'm always trying to take control, like that's not really wanting someone to lead, you know? Like, am I ready to let somebody take control? Am I ready to show up as a wife? Like, if this man is providing and taking care of the bills and doing all these things, am I ready to show up to be like, oh, let me make sure the house is clean. Let me make sure dinner is ready. Let me make sure the kids are good, you know, because he has this taken care of and I can take care of this. You know what I'm saying? And so I had to start thinking of like, dang, but I also had to start remembering who I am. When I am in a relationship that is fully provided for, that is fully secured emotionally as well, I show up for that person naturally in that way. I remember when I was dating my ex that lived in Switzerland, y'all can go back to those vlogs and stuff like that. I was washing his dishes. I was cooking food. Like, he cooked food too. So like, it was not like, oh, he never would cook, like, or he told me to wash the dishes. No, he never said, oh, you need to clean up. He would also clean up. But I wanted to, like, I naturally felt like that woman to want to clean, to want to give him his plate, to want to make sure, like, I pick up the stuff around the house. Like, I naturally wanted to do that, fix his drink, you know, because I was like, oh, first of all, in love. And I also felt, I felt safe. I felt like I could trust him. I felt that he had things under control, even though it'd be for a couple weeks or whatnot. Like, he will take care of paying for things. He will take care of me, making sure I have everything I need while I'm there. He was very caring too. So that made me very caring. And it kind of tapped back into, I seen that growing up, but I always resented it because my mom did it for a man that wasn't worthy of that, right? So it's naturally already instilled in me, but seeing it done for the wrong man made me like, oh no, I'm not gonna fix a man's plate. And this. No, that is who I naturally am. I am a natural nurturer. And I didn't know that till I got that partner that I had felt safe with at that time. You know what I'm saying? And he was just to teach me that that was in me, you know? It wasn't for me to something to hold on to, but it was something to teach me. It's in me. It's within me. I have to be with the right person to bring it out of me. So anyhow, y'all, I grew up with my mom making her man's plate, cooking and cleaning. And she also worked, okay? You know, I ain't doing all that. Okay, my man, he's going to provide. He's going to take care of the household. You know what I'm saying? And then I am going to show up as that woman that takes care of the physical household. He'll take care of the financial household. And I also will make my own money. You know, I'm not opposed to, like, I'm not one of those women that's not going to work. But I already know my life. I can see my life, that my life is all virtual. So I could be at home with my kids and working. You know what I'm saying? Everything's going to be virtual for me. So I'm going to build my life, and I see my life being grand. I see my life not needing a man, to be honest, but wanting that man to still feel like the leader. You know, wanting that man to still show up in a certain way. And so with all that being said, ladies, if you are looking for a person to show up in that way and be committed, and be like a real man, because even in church, they talk about this. Like, I'm not a Christian, so I know people take this way out of context, but you know, I believe in God and I love God and I believe in manifestation. I believe in a lot of things, okay? I believe in a lot of things, but I will say, like, one day I went to church and they talked about how a man, it could be all this new worldly stuff, but a man is supposed to provide. A man is supposed to protect. It's in the Bible. Like, a man is supposed to lead. Like, he can feel his emotions and all that, but he still got to go for his family. And this is how a man was made, you know, and a woman is supposed to be a nurturer. This is how a woman is made. This is how we're structured. That's why we don't even think the same. That's why we don't show up the same ways. This is why we are very different from each other. We can barely understand each other. But if you are looking for that, you have to become ready yourself. That's something I learned. Like, you have to become ready to yourself. You have to be self-aware, because being healed, healing is not being healed. You can never be 100% healed, right? So giving yourself time to reflect on stuff. Because even that day I had a conversation with this man, I was like, whoa, okay. What happens when the man that's ready for the things that you're ready for approaches you? Are you really ready? Are you really ready? You know, are you really ready to let go of like toxicity and, you know, things that you were comfortable, behaviors you were comfortable with before? Are you ready to compromise and try to show up a different way for that person that's ready to compromise and show up for you in a different way? It brings you into self-awareness, because we can blame these men. This whole video is blaming the men because men are trash, a lot of them. But when you find that man that isn't, are you ready for that man? After dealing with so many trash recycled men. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, y'all, that kind of wraps it up. Maturity does not come with age. It's all about the specific man. It's all about what they're ready for, how they're going to show up, how committed they are, how disciplined they are. And I noticed that a lot. Like, if you deal with a man that's disciplined in his life, like disciplined with his finances, disciplined with his exercise, disciplined with his fitness, all types of stuff. Like, if he's disciplined, most likely he's going to be more disciplined in a relationship. He's going to show up more because he shows up already for himself. So anyways, y'all, that was my TED Talk. And that's something I unpacked. But y'all, I recently blocked 2 men. And we'll see what continues the saga. I might have found a new one. We shall see. We shall see. Y'all know how this goes. Y'all really know how this goes. You got to remember, once the bus leaves, right? The olds leave. 15 minutes, next one coming. Like, you have to remember, like, don't have a scarcity mindset. Like, I almost had a scarcity mindset of like, let me hold on to Sorry. Like, not the other one. I just met him. But Sorry, I'm like, let me hold on to Sorry because we have this bond and we have this connection. It's like, I was acting like I could never have another bond and another connection with someone else that's worthy of the connection and the bond. And so what I'm going to tell people is go out there, take risks, get uncomfortable, get comfortable being uncomfortable. You know, if you're really out there dating, try to maybe go do stuff that you enjoy, and do it by yourself. And you'll probably find someone, the man of your dreams. You never know. You never know. I'm still delusional. Even out of all the situations that have gone down, I'm still very much, I love love. And I know I'm going to be in love. Like, I know my life. Like, I know I'm going to be in love. I know I'm going to be a millionaire. I know I'm going to be this woman, this boss, and I'm going to have a boss beside me. You know, a boss, a man that's a boss. You know, he don't have to be an entrepreneur. He don't have to do as much as I'm doing or whatever. But he's going to be well taken care of by himself. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be able to take care of me. So I almost lost the mindset of, oh, I want to be with a provider. I almost compromised. And I actually met a provider. So I'm like, why do I feel like I want to compromise that? It's out there. You just got to be in the right spaces with the right men. You got to be around the right men and just show up as the woman you want to be. Like, it's out there. And sometimes we have to get out of our comfort zone to get what we want as well. Like, maybe the guy that we want won't look exactly how we want him to look or act exactly how we want him to act. Because at the end of the day, one thing I've always heard too is clout is not currency. Looks don't last. Okay? So I don't care. You could be fine as Denzel Washington. Okay? You could be fine as Drake himself, Chris Brown, put together, whatever. That does not mean that you're worthy of all this grace. People really get so locked in onto looks, and I'm not that type of person. Like, what can I do with your looks? Your looks is not going to do anything for me. It's not going to help me in life. It's not going to mentally grow me. It's not going to physically grow me. It's not going to grow me financially. I want to be with a partner that he can grow me mentally, he can grow me physically, he can grow me financially. I can also grow him mentally. I can also grow him physically, and I can also grow him financially. Not with my money, but with my knowledge. And clock it. A woman should never bump a man up financially with her money, but with her knowledge, because I can make a man a boss. Trust me, if I want to, I can make a man a boss. I can tell him, I can give him a playbook on how to make money. I don't want to. Like, I want my man to have it figured out. But once he's figuring stuff out, I'm gonna be able to give him more information on like, how do you build this? How do you do more with it? Like, I do this for dudes I just go on a dates with because I just feel like that's God's work of just telling people their purpose and helping them get to their purpose. But yeah, ladies, know your worth. Don't settle. I'm starting to learn, even in your loneliest season, because I'm in my loneliest season, not because there's not people out there. There's a lot of people out there for me. A lot of people want me. But I'm in my loneliest season because I'm in a city where I don't have friends. I don't have a man at this moment. At this moment, keep that in mind. And so it's a little bit more of a lonelier season, and I'm very picky this season. Before, I would just, for sure, like, I would have been like, you know what? Sorry, I known him. Let's just work. I'm gonna be in town next month. Let's just work it out. But I said no. Before I even go in town, let's block them. Let's block them. Move on with my life. Like, why revisit old habits? If you keep doing the old things and expecting new results, my brother told me this is insanity. He told me this before when I went back to Switzerland, and he's like, doing the same thing but expecting some different results is insanity. And I told him, I said, I know, I'm insane. I'm insane, I'm delulu. But now I'm not insane. I'm not delulu. I'm really seeing things as it is. Taking things for what it is. I could be delusional for a moment, because with Sorry, I was delusional for a moment. I was a little dizzy, I think. I think more than anything, it was more of the chemistry sexually that really had my mind, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, oh yeah, I gotta go. But thank y'all for watching this long-winded video. Please share your stories with me in the comments on how's it going with these men, their commitment issues. Do you guys think it is because they got a lot of options now, like online dating? And I actually kind of pulled away from online dating. Like, I match with people and then I never respond or nothing, and then I stopped just liking people on there. I'm over the dating online, because actually here in Texas, people come up to me all the time in real life. So I'm just gonna scout through the real lifers, because I think I'm starting to really feel like online dating is, they do have a lot of options and they are swiping through women all day. And also, like, what man has time for that? Like, if you just could just hit up everybody on the app, you're keeping up with this app so much because you gotta like people. You know, a lot of women don't go liking men. Men gotta like them. So it's like, you gotta go liking, and then you gotta go messages. Even if you copy and pasting, that is a lot of work. So to me, you kind of got too much time on your hands, buddy. But anyways, y'all, thank y'all for watching this video. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.